Hi YouTube land people. So this is just a reaction video of this guy, this young 27 something year old that got shot in Atlanta outside of Wendy's. He was unarmed. He was, I guess, drunk, and he didn't want to get arrested because, well, it's 2020, and I guess going to jail nowadays is kind of like getting a death sentence, if you know what I mean, especially if you have hypertension or whatever. So let's just take a quick look, and I'll just let you know what I think happened. And this is a horrible thing what happened to this person. Can you imagine? He probably left like 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 homeless or fatherless kids, that is. Unbelievable. These cops are just so aggressive, you know? Crazy.
Breaking news, the death of a black man shot by police in Atlanta has been ruled a homicide. The autopsy report saying Rayshard Brooks was shot twice in the back. NBC's Jennifer Johnson has more on the protests and reaction in Atlanta tonight.
New protests and a Wendy's set on fire after an Atlanta police officer allegedly shot and killed a black man in the restaurant's parking lot. 27-year-old Rayshard Brooks was found sleeping in his car in the Wendy's drive-thru and then failed a sobriety test.
I think you've had too much to drink to be driving.
So, are you serious? A guy gets killed because he was sleeping in his car, basically. He didn't want to drive, which is good. That's a good thing, you know? He could have been worse. What if he had been driving? That would have been a whole lot worse, you know, if he had been drunk driving, okay? Not like worse enough to kill the guy, but at least he was trying to do the right thing. He was trying not to drive. He was sleeping drunk in his car, and the cops killed him. Unbelievable. Is this even real news, or is this propaganda? I'm not so sure at this point. That's a whole other video, though.
So put your hands behind your back for me.
The officer's body camera shows Brooks resisting the arrest. A struggle ensues. A cruiser dash cam shows Brooks grabbing the officer's taser, running away, then gunshots. The Georgia
You never want to grab a cop's gun, even if it's just a taser. That right there, cops will have a right to kill you. And see, this is the problem. A lot of people don't realize that cops do have a license to kill. Okay, so this is just a tragedy, like a complete tragedy over just a guy sleeping in his car. Any other country, they might have knocked on the window and say, "Are you okay?" The guy might have said, "Yeah, I'm just sleeping it off," and they'd be like, "Okay." And that's how it should be. This is just dramatically horrible. There is something very, very deeply wrong in our country.
Bureau of Investigation has reviewed the officer's video to determine what led him to fire his gun.
It appears to the eye that he points the taser at the Atlanta officer.
Officer Garrett Rolfe has been fired. Officer Devin Brosnan placed on administrative duty. Atlanta's police chief Erica Shields resigned. Meanwhile, as demands for police reform grow louder, Congress is trying to find a compromise.
Is there a path forward that we take a look at the necessity of eliminating bad behavior within our law enforcement community? Is there a path forward? I think we'll find that.
Yeah, the path forward would be, it's not a death sentence to sleep in your car, okay? And it shouldn't be a death sentence if you're drunk or on drugs, okay? Like, all drugs should be decriminalized, I think. As long as you're not hurting anyone else, just sleeping in your car. It was just, I don't know. This is insanity, okay? Insanity at its worst. Wow. Unbelievable. And I just think this is going to keep getting worse. You know why? Nobody wants to go to jail right now. You don't get a mask. You don't get social distancing. It's dangerous to be in jail right now. The poor guy who's only 20-something years old, he probably had like 7 kids already, and now they're not going to have a father. Unbelievable. Take care.